everyone, welcome back to Holistic Health and Wellness Blueprint. This is the Exercising Around Australia series and my health journey. We are still at Wolf Creek Meteorite Crater and today is Bodyweight Circuit Day. It is going to be the updated version, so I will share that with you shortly. But touching on yesterday, you would have got the intro and then that's it. So we walked up to the top of the meteorite, which was crater, which was a good walk up. Wasn't far at all, 50 meters maybe, if that, maybe a bit more. Steep, but manageable. And then we went for the walk around the top. And by no means was it a hectic walk at all. It was rocky, uneven, up, down, round, around sort of thing. But that was enough for yesterday because the heat sapped me big time. And heat, exhaustion, heat stroke, etc. in Australia, in the outback, nearing summer and in summer, it's real. So you don't push through that because it is extremely dangerous. In Army, we had a lot of training when it came to heat and heat stress. So it's not something that you mess around with. It's something that you take very seriously. So yesterday was enough. Having said that, it is 10 to 11 here, which is the worst time to probably work out. However, I want to get it done because then I'm going to sit under that beautiful tree there and enjoy the surrounds, and I'm going to study. And then tonight, the kid and I are going to head up to the top of the meteorite crater and we're going to watch the sunset, and tomorrow then we're going to do sunrise, and then we're off to our next destination for exercising around Australia. So yes, let's crack on with day 30 it is, which is Bodyweight Strength Circuit Day. And it has upgraded ever so slightly and modified and changed. Well, not modified, but changed ever so slightly. So now we're upping our reps for the most part. So push-ups I'll be doing 15, and I'm still going to be using the bull bar for the next 2 weeks. After that, going into week 7 and 8, that's when they will be modified and they will progress. Sorry, they won't be modified. The progression will take over. I'm doing the modified versions now. So I'll be doing 15 push-ups. I'll be doing 16 standing bicycles. Why 16? Because it's got to be even on each side. Otherwise, it's uneven, and I'm not going to try and remember which leg I lead with first over the course of the 3 reps, and even so, one side will still get 1 extra rep. So even rounding it up, we're going 16, so it's even on each leg. Squats will be 15, dips 15, star jumps 15, lunges 15 each leg. Now I'm thinking I will be doing alternate lunges, so right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg, and 30, and then that way maybe I won't feel this fatigue so much doing them straight on one leg. We'll give it a burl and we'll see how we go. Mountain climbers, they will be 34. So I'm upping that slightly. So I'm not going to go crazy with mountain climbers. I'm upping it to 34. Squat kicks 15, step ups 15 each leg, and planks, I'm only upping it by 5 seconds to 50 seconds. That is a mental thing for me. I can bust out 3 50-second planks. Could I bust out 3 1-minute planks? More than likely, yes. Mentally, no. So I'm going to increase them now gradually, but 50-second planks for the next 2 weeks, and then potentially bump it up to a minute or maybe 55, who knows. So that's the thing, you assess it at the end of each 2 weeks. So this one we have come to, I guess, the top of the reps per set list at 15 when it comes to push-ups, squats, etc. I don't go over that because your muscles fatigue and you don't get any real benefit, I find, after that. So I'll be hitting up 15. When it comes to the next 2 weeks, weeks 7 and 8, because we're currently in week 5 and 6, some of the exercises will progress to the next level, and then we'll be dropping them back to 10. So, and then you progress up. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, oh, wow, it is this same bodyweight strength circuit. How boring. And you know what? Yeah, if you look at it that way, it could be. However, I look at it as functional strength. I mean, I'm doing the pushing, doing the pulling, I'm doing the lifting, I'm doing the squatting. And that's what you want to do. If you work your chest, you want to work your back. If you work your quads, you want to work your glutes. So you're always working both anterior and posterior. Otherwise, if you just concentrate on chest, you'll get the rounding of the shoulders because your chest muscles will become big and tight and they will pull in, and you'll get that rounding of the shoulders. So you'll get that kind of hunch look. That's why you want to exercise the back muscles, and it helps as well to even out the chest and bring that posture back. So there's a method to the madness, and also exercising how I am in the middle of nowhere. You do what you can do, and that's what I can do at the moment. Once I reach Broome, my sister's gonna post me actually a resistance band, but I'll just pick one up when I'm in Broome, and I'll be adding some resistance bands. So, you know, then I can do biceps, and, you know, I can lay on my back, and I can do, there's so many different exercises that you can do, and you can modify them to travel around on the road. You can modify them for beginners, intermediates, advanced, and then you can modify them for the equipment that you have, and that's what I'm doing currently. So without further ado, let's crack on, and we'll start with the push-ups, and come with us. You might even get a nice little background on occasion of the meteorite, depending on the angle of the camera. So let's go. We're starting day 30 bodyweight strength circuit with our 15 push-ups. Well, you might not, but anyway, I'll give you a look. There is the crater. You can only see the outer rim wall, but that's it. Push-ups. Lunges are still fatiguing. However, I like doing the alternate because I have to engage my core more for balance. So, no, it's okay, Bubby, I'm just talking. So I think lunges, alternating is the way to go. All right. Oh, wait. Squat kicks. 16 squat kicks, not 15. Again, even on each leg, so I'll be changing that. All right, that's set one done. I'll crack on with 2 and 3 and come back to you at the end. Whew. Done. Day 30, bodyweight strength circuit, done. That one today took the whole 30 minutes. It's hot, and it's a good step up actually. Like, that's a solid workout, you know, no more 19, 20, 22 minute workouts here. 30 minutes, so that's gonna, each time it'll naturally get a bit quicker, but it'll be close to the 30 minutes each session now. So that's a really good step up. I'm happy with that. And I was strong. I did it all. Planks for 50 seconds. I knew that I could hold, so I did. And the last one could have gone over by 3 seconds maybe, because I'm like, let's see. And then I went, no, but I think I could do a minute each time, but I'm going to stick with 50 for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll probably bump it to a minute, I think, at this point in time. I have had a few days like rest between strength as well. Like, I've done, I think, 2 cardio days in a row, and now strength. So that extra day really gave the body a rest and prepared me for this one, and I got it done. I'm really, really happy with myself. 15 of everything is really good. Lunges. It's I didn't feel as fatigued in my legs doing it alternating legs, but I felt it in my heart rate though. Like the heart rate was up there, So I think that's also like a solid cardio, like heart rate, but that's weightlifting as well, gets your heart rate pumping too, or weights, you know, body weight weights, all that stuff gets your heart rate up. So it definitely did for that one. And after lunges, then going into mountain climbers, I did need a little breather. So, you know, I took, you know, a good 10 seconds and had that rest and punched out the 34 mountain climbers. They were fine, which was good. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's a really awesome circuit. I'm glad I didn't start out with that though, because I would have just hated it and probably would have given up. And that's the thing, going too hard, too fast. Like, I know I exercise every day and might take a break here and there, but I built my reps up and, you know, and I've started out at the lowest modified version of a lot of them as well. So, you know, there's always room to grow with the progressions of the exercise, as well as how I've upped the reps each set over the course of, you know, 30 days. And it's a good way to do it because, one, you don't injure yourself, you don't burn out, and it's not so hard at the very beginning that you just absolutely hate your workout and you don't want to do it. And I've made that mistake in the past where I haven't done weights in, oh God, you know, forever. And I'm like, nah, I can bench, you know, dumbbells. I can start off straight away with 12 kilo dumbbell bench presses, or, you know, 30 kilo barbell bench presses. And I'm like barely lifting the bar, the 20 kilo bar. So I'm dropping that down to 15, and I'm starting out with 8s or 9s in dumbbells and things like that. So, you know, if you're beginning, or you have been fit in the past like me, I have been very fit in the past, and, you know, you let it all go. It happens, that's life, you know, you start again, right, as I am on this journey. But you're a beginner again, so don't think you can just, you know, after 6 months off, a year off, me, what would it be, 7 years off doing any form of real consistent exercise. Oh no, it would be, yeah, 2019. About that. I mean, I've done bits, sporadic bits here and there. I got back into playing basketball in, you know, a ladies comp and everything like that. I was very unfit. I was terrible. Awful. Like, I was almost like, wow, you know, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, and don't think for a second that, you know, I was mighty, but, you know, I was a shit ton better than I am now. But yeah, so again, start off at the beginning and be a beginner. There is no shame in that. And in fact, being a beginner again means you can learn all over again, learn new things again, and be better. Just become better and be better. I love that term, just be better. I joke about that with my basketball girls, because being better, like, be better, when you tell someone just be better, that is so vague. And it's like, what do you be better in what? And when it comes to basketball, like, it can mean so many different things. There's so many facets of basketball, but we joke around and it's like, be better. And they know exactly, it's funny, by the end of it, they know exactly what I mean when I say it, because they know they haven't boxed out on their rebounds that game, or they know that their defensive intensity wasn't there or anything like that. So when I'm like, defense, be better, they know exactly what I'm talking about. It's funny, but that's, I guess, when you build those relationships. Anyway, I've digressed. Yeah, so today, super duper happy. And as I was saying pre-workout, you know, how it might be boring and everything, but that's the grind. That's how real change happens. I mean, you see all these Instagram influencers and fitfluencers, whether I just made that up or not, probably not, you know, like, it's all about fads, and it's all about looking good in a crop top and tights that are jammed so far up your clacker that, you know, you're seeing everything. That's not how to create real change. That's setting a lot of unrealistic expectations on people, because let's be real, when we're in our 20s, of course, losing weight, being fit, and all those things, for the vast majority of us, was easy. Of course it is. Get to when you're 40 and you've had a kid, or 2 kids, 3 kids, how many kids you might have had, or you've had a career, you know, you've lived a good portion of your life, you're actually now an adult. Come back to us at 40 and see where you're at then. I'm not taking away from them in the sense of good on them, absolutely good on them, but it doesn't set realistic standards for the rest of us. Let's be real, like, some people can eat whatever they want and they just have that naturally thin frame. Me, I'm not a thin frame, I'm a solid frame. At the moment, I'm a fat frame. but I can't eat whatever I want and remain thin. That's just not my body, and it never will be. So some of us have to, you know, be more mindful, I guess, of what we're doing, where other people, they just whatever. But that does not mean that they're healthy. Being skinny does not mean that you're healthy. You can still be super duper unhealthy when you're skinny, and that's, or thin, however you want to say it. So that's the thing, like, but real change happens when you just grind. So it is a grind, just like life. Not every day is rainbow smiles and puppy dogs, you know what I mean? Like, there's shit days, and you've just got to get through them. And sometimes that's exercise as well. If you want to really change your health, change your life, change, you know, everything that makes you unhappy with you, it's a grind some days, you know, so get your grind on. And one of my friends, we watched this funny video, and it's get your grind on, get your shine on, or vice versa. Anyway, we had that. So that's what I mean, like, get your grind on, get it done. You know, it's not going to be fun every day, and you know, some days you're just going to not want to do it, but do it. You'll feel better for it, and you won't have that regret factor the next day of not doing it the day before. So without, you know, rattling on too much about more, today I'll get through the stats. So we've done chats, now it's stats. Oh, and look, I made my board a little bit nicer and prettier. All right. There you go. Functional strength, 3110. It took time today. Active kilojoules, total kilojoules. So apparently I got a badge for the most kilojoules burnt in a functional strength workout today, and so I should. You know, I've ramped it right up. All right, so average heart rate 147 with a range of 90 to 175 on the 5th of July. So there you go. There are the stats for you. Yeah. So happy with today. It's bloody hot now. I'm going to get my chair. I'm going to go sit over there and do some study. Maybe watch some, watch some WNBA, maybe watch the second half of the Commissioner's Cup. I already know who won, thanks, you know, social media. But I'll watch it, maybe continue on with Wolf Creek. I'm up to the point where Mick Taylor has just entered, you know, the show sort of thing, so, or the movie I should say. So maybe I'll watch that. It is our last night here. And then I've got to get through it. I have to watch it. So maybe I'll do that after the study and, you know, chill under that tree and enjoy the country. Ah, good stuff. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Holistic Health and Wellness Blueprint, the Exercising Around Australia and My Health Journey series. I really appreciate it. Own the hard, trust the process, and live the change. I'll see you tomorrow.